When it comes to retirement planning, to my left is the expert. He is Marcus Warren of Warren Wealth Management. And today we're going to talk about all the retirement pieces that are needed for you to have a successful retirement. Marcus, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I like you in red. Can I say that's U of L red? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure. Well, whatever.
It looks very handsome on you, man.
Yeah, I got the black pants, the red shirt. There you go.
There you go, man. Put on a helmet and you're ready to roll.
That's right.
You got the away uniform here. Okay, let's talk about retirement pieces. First of all, we talk about them often when you come in on the show. A lot of retirement pieces, right?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of retirement pieces. It's funny because when you first start off in your retirement journey or in your investment journey, there aren't that many pieces. It's like when you're a kid and you have that first puzzle, and you start off with 2 or 4 pieces, whatever that may be, and the main piece being that investment piece when you're first starting out. Then, as you get closer in retirement, then those pieces start to double, triple, quadruple, right? You have so many pieces. You still have the investment piece, but then you also have the risk management piece. How are you going to manage risk when you get close to retirement? You have the distribution income planning piece. How are you going to pull money away from your accounts? You have Social Security piece, Medicare piece of the puzzle. You still have the estate planning. Do you want to leave money to the next generation? And then, of course, you have the tax piece of the puzzle. Most people have their investments in these tax-deferred accounts, and taxes are one of the biggest expenses that you have in retirement, and you have to make sure that all those pieces fit together. Yeah,
now there you go. Whenever you hear the word puzzle, it's all about, okay, how do I make it fit together? So let's talk about this. This is where the expertise comes in, because from talking to you, and I take notes, there are strategies that you have that can save you money and ensure your retirement, because these things change. Taxes change, the cost of Medicare, everything changes, and that's why it's important to come to you, Marcus Warren.
Yeah, well, retirement planning is it's one of those, it's a process. So it's not a static thing you do. You do it once, set it, forget it, don't worry about it. Retirement planning is always evolving, always changing. Just like you said, tax laws change, all the rules change all the time, and investments go up, they go down. Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? And you have to plan for those things as you're going through retirement, because it can scare a lot of people. And so one of the things you really have to do is you have to focus on the fact that retirement is all about income that's going to last as long as you do, and then income hopefully that's going to keep up with inflation. And so when you first start out in retirement, we always talk about the income planning piece of the puzzle, where income is going to come from. Generally, it comes from at least the foundation, the baseline is generally Social Security. That's guaranteed income. That's pretty much going to come in if you've worked enough to be eligible for Social Security. Then you have your expenses, right? And generally there's a gap between what you're going to get from those guaranteed income streams, whether it's Social Security or even a pension. And then there's a gap generally between what your retirement lifestyle, what you want to do, how you want to enjoy your retirement. And you fill that gap with what you've saved, that big nest egg, or maybe not so big nest egg, or maybe a big nest egg, whatever it may be, but you're going to have to fill that gap somehow, some way. And so that scares a lot of people, because as you start to fill those gaps or those puzzle pieces, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and it's good to have a good fiduciary retirement planner who can help you along in those steps of all those puzzle pieces to give you, at least some sort of peace of mind, if you will.
Yeah, because some of these investments, 401ks or whatever the case may be, they haven't been taxed, and if you don't incorporate that in there, and that's where your expertise comes in, strategically incorporate it, not just grab things, willy-nilly. You've got to know what you're doing.
Right.
Warren Wealth Management, once again. So I'm curious, with your experience, your vast experience, do you find that most of your clients or some of your clients come in and they just lack a comprehensive retirement plan? They've thought about a few things, but they're leaving gaps so that puzzle doesn't fit.
Yeah, so generally what happens is most people, when they think about retirement planning, all they've done to plan for retirement is just save in their company retirement plans, 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, whatever it may be. And that's the extent of what they think when they think about retirement planning. But like I said earlier, there's a lot more once you transition from working to retirement that goes into it. And that's why it goes from that initial 2 to 4 piece puzzle to that 1,000-piece puzzle that I talked about. And you really do have to make sure that you're connecting those right pieces and everything fits, because between your retirement, your spouse, what you want to do, the lifestyle you want to lead, it really can be daunting. And so you really have to make sure that you connect those things and have those things working in concert with each other, so you can feel good as you're in retirement.
Yeah, feeling good's a lot of it, because when you hear about all these retirement pieces, it is overwhelming. I hear these things, I go, okay, do I have that covered? Do I have that covered? And sitting down with you would be advantageous for everyone if you are at or near retirement age. Warren Wealth Management, Marcus Warren. So let's talk about that 15-minute conversation, because I think that's important, because there are some folks that said, I think I have this covered, I want to talk a little bit about this, whatever. First of all, let's see if it's a good fit, right?
Yeah, so the 15-minute phone call is really a good time just to see if we are a good fit. We want to, one, find out where you are in your retirement journey. How many puzzle pieces do you have, and if they're going to fit, and then if we're a good fit. Hey, we're talking about puzzle pieces fit. Look at that. See how that works together?
It's all working.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, so we want to take that 15-minute phone call, find out where you are, where you want to be, and then go from there. Once we find out if we're a good fit, then what we want to do is schedule that call for you to come into the office, bring in your account statements, investment statements, tax returns, things of that nature, and then we can start that planning process and go from there.
All right, and a very progressive company that really does want to help their clients.
Yeah.
One of the ways you do that is Launchpad. So for folks who aren't familiar with Launchpad, tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Warren Wealth Planning and Tax Management is what we generally do is we deal with retirees, right? So we deal with retirees who generally have about $500,000 or more, and we help them throughout their retirement. But like I always say to you, John, I'm a man of the people. So we want to extend our outreach, and so we create a Launchpad, which is for people who are just starting out in their investing, their mid-career, but they want a good platform to begin to put money away. And then on top of having that platform to put money away, you have expert advice, my team's advice on investing, on taxes, on risk management. So you have the best of both worlds, where you might not quite be there, or you might just be starting out, but you don't have to go at it alone. You do have some backup, a foundation of some good investment advice that can go with your investment journey.
So this may be something good for me to talk to my sons about. Right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Because they're both trying to invest and looking at maybe buying some real estate and things like that. They could get with you, and you could say, okay, let's have a strategic plan here that works best. I like this. Okay, Launchpad. Yeah. Plus, hey, don't forget about that 15-minute conversation. If you are at or near retirement age, this man is an expert. Once again, don't try to put those pieces of that puzzle together. It's going to be a long day. You want to have an expert. Again,
That's right.
Warren Wealth Management. By the way, he has a podcast as well. Wherever you listen to podcasts, it is available. Spotify, whatever the case may be. Listen to Marcus Warren. All this expertise can be yours. All right, we're going to take a little break here, and then we're going to talk about, hey,